Everyone, welcome to Office Hours Live. This is the weekly live stream show directly into the official Zenler Facebook community group. So if you are here, you are in, or you're here live, you're in the official Facebook group. You may well be watching this on the replay, in which case you may have found a YouTube channel, which is where it will end up. But wherever you are and whenever you are, it's great to see you here. Office Hours runs every single week. Today we're doing, surprisingly, a Saturday This Is Live, which we don't do frequently, but we thought we'd mix it up a bit and see if we can get some different people in. But this is where we go through a couple of different things. It's your opportunity to get to know us a little bit better, and we can go through some stuff that's going to be really helpful for you. So I've put the agenda up for today in the description of this particular live. We're going to go through some bits and pieces. It's going to be a little bit different this week. So it's going to be tackling a few of the questions that have come in, and then we're going to go through a over the shoulder look at what you're doing, and then Mission Possible for the first time is really taking effect. So let's get cracking. Let's get straight into what we're going to look at first. So let me share my screen. Here we go. So you're in here. This is the Facebook group. Now, the first thing that I wanted to just sort of bring to your attention as part of the education part, as in some of the stuff that we highlight to you as to where you can get help and support and learn and all of that, is the featured area here in Facebook. Now, you'll see that Rakesh has put a new update in regarding the community. The community's got a big overhaul at the end of last year. So the new communities is out, it's live, it's ready for you to use if you're a Pro or Premium member, and lots of people are now getting involved and jumping into using communities effectively for their students and for their business. And we had a nice, I mentioned it before, we often get we do a big feature release, we do a massive video, we do a live, we do lots of stuff about it, but sometimes we have smaller updates that go in within a feature like this one, which can sometimes be overlooked. So Office Hours is a great opportunity for us to just highlight that for you, and just let you know where you can find it. So if you go to the featured area here, you'll see Rakesh's video. And this is basically talking about how we can now reorder our feed and how we've got our how things are showing when we're in the community area. So it's not a massive update, but it's a nice way to be able to control how things are ordered rather than in the date that you've actually created them. Now you can add stuff in and you can go, right, I want that first, that's a priority for the next 3 months, put that at the top, etc., etc. So if you've not yet seen that, go and have a look, go and have a play with that. Really nice one to have. Now, while we're here, I'll just point out the featured area is a really useful place to be. You'll see we've now got the next day with Zenler in the events area. So that's going to be on the 25th of April. Somebody mentioned they missed it. They didn't miss it. You might have missed the one in March, but you didn't miss the one in April because it hasn't happened yet. We highlight our Wow Wednesday post. So if you've got stuff going on in your Zenler site you want to talk about, you want to shout about, then put your links in there, but it has to be on a Zenler site. Partner payouts that went out at the beginning of the month, and then the live support desk, the on-demand version. So this is what we used to call Zen pop-ups. We've now changed them. So David did the first one there. I'll be doing a few this month where we jump in, answer questions that have been asked in the group, give you the solutions that you're hopefully looking for, or certainly an idea of how you can get the help that you're looking for. So that's that in there. But the main point of coming in here today is just to check out the new community feature that's come in where you can reorder now your lists of communities that you've got running and groups, etc. So go and have a look at that. If you're using communities, you'll find it really, really helpful. Now, a question did come in the week, and this has sort of prompted me to come back over to here. So the question that came in was, you know, they're new to Zenler, they want to learn how to use it. Is the day with Zenler the right place to start? And it's not the right place to start. So I thought I'd just give you a reminder as to where you need to go first. So the first place you need to be is here at tutorial site. So tutorials.newzenler.com. Go and sign up, get a free account now. I'm just going to turn me off for a moment. Go and get a free account now. And this is our training hub. This is where everything is and where everything links out to. So anything that we've got that's of use for you in a training capacity or support capacity, you'll find either directly in this site or you'll find it, there'll be a link to go and find it. So, for example, on the live support, if you go there, you'll find where you can get there. If you're looking for trainings, workshops, resources, the blog, etc., etc. But the bit we're going to look at today is here where it's got Learn Zenler. So if we click on see our training library, see that we've got a quick start guide. Now, to answer that person's question, where do I start? This is where you start. And the reason you start here is because it will take you through getting your site set up, doing your branding, doing your custom URL, doing your email stuff, and all of those things that you need to get going to be successful using the platform. Now, obviously, there's loads of stuff that you can do in Zenler. You can do funnels, you can do courses, you can do communities, all of that. And it's not going to go into too much depth about any of those. But what it will do is it'll help you set up what you need to set up to get you going. And then once you've been through that, then you come down here to the complete guide of Zenler. And then if you go, right, okay, I've done my quick start guide, that's all done, gone through the checklist, it's all ready and it's raring to go. But I want to go off and create my first video funnel, for example, then you would go in the complete guide to Zenler here just by clicking jump straight in, and then you can just do a search for video funnel, and then it will come up with all of the videos that are there for you to be able to learn how to do that effectively. And I think that's the key to this, is to making sure that you know what you're doing, why you're doing them, and in what order. So we've got loads of new people in at the moment, which is great. We're adding new people in every single week. Lots of people came on the recent workshop that we did that was saying brand new to Zenler, and this is their first experience, which is really, really good. But they don't know that the tutorial site exists or where to go first, because there's a lot of information in there. So if you try and go through the complete guide to Zenler at the beginning all the way through it, it's just going to take you forever to get to the bit you need to do. So do the quick start guide first. That will take you and get you set up properly. Then you can start adding in things like doing your courses, doing your lives, maybe setting up a webinar or whatever it may be. And you can just do a search in there and it will just guide you through step by step by step by step. So tutorials.newzenler.com, go and have a look over there if you've not yet been. If you go back to the home page of here, you'll see there's loads of other stuff here as well, onboarding sessions and how you can download the app, and then all the different areas here. So if you want tech support, how you can get that. There's lots of places to go and explore over there. So don't get lost in the depth of the content that's there. Just go through, sign up, click here, learn Zenler, see our training library, go in there and do the quick start guide checklist, that bit first, and then do the everything else guide second. And then you'll be well on your way to making it as successful what you're looking for. So that's the learn part of Zenler for this particular episode. Let me just see. I'm just going to stop sharing for a moment. Let me see if I've got anybody in live with me. I may have. Okay, got a few watching, but nobody commenting at the moment. Okay, so that's the first part of what we do here at Office Hours. And the next part of what we do is we look at an element of the platform and how it can be used effectively for your business. So it's often a little bit of it that we don't often look at. Maybe it's a bit that we've upgraded like we did with the community today. Or it's something that's been out for a while and we've just, maybe it's not so popular for people to use. So for example, we looked at system emails the other week, how you can go in and set those up. And lots of people didn't realize that's where that was. And that's really important to know that. Now, this is sometimes because people haven't gone through the quick start guide, so they've not seen that bit highlighted. And sometimes it's just because we've added new bits in after they've gone through it the first time and gone, you know what, I don't need to do that. Just going to move on. So the bit we're going to be looking at today, I'm going to share my screen again. 1 second. So I'm going to share here. I'm going to turn my camera off. So this is just in my test site that I have. Now, this to me is really important part of what we do now. If we go to site, we recently talked about home pages. So with a home page, we can have a logged out page and a logged in page. So if somebody's registered or bought something on your site, they're logged in. What do they see? Against if they've not got an account, they've not bought anything before, they've not got a login, they're not registered on your site, they see the logged out page. So they're the differences there. But then it occurred to me, actually, there's quite a lot we can do here. And people often talk about, well, can I make Zenler a fully fledged website? How do I do this? What elements can I add in and how do I do it? So we're going to look at pages today. Now, pages, they're all independent pages, right? So they're all standalone pages. Just like you would build on any other website. So if you've ever had a WordPress website or Wix or anything like that, they're all individual pages. Now, some of these will be created for you. So things like the cookie policy page, the calendar page, the my courses page, the login page, terms of use, you know, all of that, and the home page. They've already been created for you, and they will be published when you create your site. But what if we want to firstly go in and edit some of this stuff, but also if we want to create new pages, how do we do this? So let's look at the login page as an example. So I can look at this. So if I press this little one here, this little eye, that allows me to see what does it look like. Okay, so this, if somebody comes to my login page, this is what it looks like right now, which all looks pretty good. But I've not edited any of this. So let me go back and I go, okay, well, this is great, but I want to go off and maybe add something in. Maybe I want to add my logo in at the top. Perhaps I'd like to make it a little bit more branded than what it is right now. I might want to go into, for example, the footer, because I've gone in here, I've got over here, and I look in my menu and I go, right, I've got all my links here, right? Are they linked properly? Go to link terms. Yep, that one's linked properly. That's an internal link. That's fine. Go to my link support, / support. So I'm assuming I've got pages for those set up. But what if I want to go to, let me just get rid of that. Go to Facebook, and I've not actually added anything in here. So I've got go to link hash, which means it's not going to go anywhere. So I need to get my link to my Facebook page and put that in there. And then I always put open in a new tab, because then people don't get lost from where they've gone. Sometimes it's hard, especially if you're taking them to an external site like Facebook. Now, you know, good practice these days is to have your social media links on the bottom of your website. Lots of web developers are saying, "I'll put it at the top, put it in the menu." I don't really understand how that works, because you get people, you use social media to build those relationships and promote things and get people to click onto your website, and your website's job is to get people to take that next step. So join a funnel, buy a course, join a community, whatever it may be. The last thing you want to do is present them with a header that says, by the way, thanks for coming over, but do you want to go back to Facebook, or do you want to go over to LinkedIn or whatever? So I think it's really counterproductive to have that on the header. So having it in the footer like we've got here in this example is really, really good. So you can go off and you can just go to link, and then put your link in there, and then just click update and make sure that you save it. So click update, click save, and that will be it. And with all of these things, we can do whatever we want in here. So if we want to add in new blocks onto this login page, we can build everything that we want. You know, so part of today is going to be making sure you understand what you've got in these pages that have been preset. I would probably guess that your terms of use is a bulk standard. So you probably want to change that. Your privacy policy, again, is probably a bulk standard that's just been put in there by us. And you probably want to change that. So, because it's probably not right. But remember, these are going out on your website. So if you don't edit these, then that's what you're telling people you stick by. So which may not be the case. So that bit's quite easy. Now, if we want to go, for example, let's say I've got this test tag page here. I want to edit some of the settings in here. So, for example, I don't want to call it that. I can just call it test tag version 1. Right, it's not published, so that's fine. I then get to choose what my page URL will be. So I can change this if I don't like the name that it's got because it will give the page name is generally what the URL will be. You might want to change that. Maybe the page name's too long and you want to shorten it down. So you might just want it as test tag as an example. And then we can click publish. I'm just going to update this. So do I want to change the page URL? Yes, I do. Because what will happen is if you've got that linked on a menu somewhere, then it will break the link because you've now given it a different URL. So you need to be careful when you change URLs around. Now, we do get the option for every page we create. Do we make it visible for everybody or do we make it visible only for logged in people? A bit like we've got the logged in homepage, which is interesting. We can also do this for other pages that we create as well. So if you want to just create a special page for some reason for your logged in people, then this is how you would do it. So rather than have it available to everybody, that's how you can do it. Now, remember, once you've created your page, it doesn't automatically get added into a menu or anything like that. You've got to add it. So you've got the link here. And what you would do is you would grab the link and let's just go here. So that will be here. So you can just grab it however you want. And you would go to like the menu on your home page and go right in a drop down or in the header menu, just like we did with the footer menu. You could just add in test tag page and then put that link there. So it just clicks straight over to that page. So it's really easy to do. And there's nothing particularly technical about it or that you can really do very wrong. The main thing is people forget to publish it, but it tells us here whether it's published or not. And just make sure if people are not seeing it, that it's public. So it's for all users. Against if you want it just for certain people that are logged in, then make it for logged in only. And that's a confusion people often get. They get that wrong. So if we've created, and the last thing, if we've created a really awesome page here, we go, right, I've created that, I really, really love it, but I want to do another version. Maybe you want to do it a version in a different language, for example, but the same layout, the same content. We can just click here, we can just click clone, and it will literally just add copy onto the end of it, because it's a copy of what you've already got. And then you can just go in, edit it, and it will be exactly the same as the page that you've cloned. Now, be careful with this because if you clone a page and then you don't do anything with it and it's published, it's going to be seen as a duplicate page, which it is if it's published. So that's not a particularly good thing to have on a website, whether it's a blog post or whether it's on a page. So you don't really want to do the cloning and certainly don't publish it until you're ready to actually make the changes that you need to make. So just be aware of that and how that works for you. So that's what we're looking at today is pages. My mission possible for you today is to go in and pick one of the pre-done pages, maybe the cookie policy, maybe the login page, and put your logo at the top of it. Just up here, just put your logo. Something nice and simple for you to do. But my mission possible for you for this office hours is to pick a page that's pre-done that you've never edited before and go in, edit it and update it. And then when you've done that, if you want to share that into the Facebook group before the next office hours, that would be great. So that sort of rounds up for this week. Remember, we've got lots of events happening throughout the course of the week. So you'll see the live support desk running on Thursday, so 4 to 6 p.m. now BST, so British summertime we're in now. So clocks changed for us a few weeks ago. So make sure you check the Facebook events area to know what time that is for you locally, because it may be different, it may not be. We've got a day with Zenler happening the end of the month. So last Friday of the month, we ran a very successful one last month. Really, really well attended. There was a few sessions running there. I was lucky enough to be invited on to be able to deliver one of the sessions, which was great. But it was a mammoth of a day, and some amazing interaction and people coming in and, you know, geeing the whole process along, which was brilliant. But we've got a day with Zenler happening again on the 25th of March, I believe, April, I believe it is, which is the last Friday of the month. So look out for that. I can't guarantee there'll be every month, but there's certainly going to be one this month. So look out for that. We're going to have our new on-demand live support. So where David or I will pop in, we'll just answer some of the questions that have come up in the group, and we'll hopefully get the opportunity to tag people in that as well. So look out for those. They're going to be going on. And we're working on the next workshop. There might be a couple of mini workshops in between. We'll have to see how that works out. But yeah, so there's a lot going on behind the scenes right now to help you move forward with what you're trying to do. So, and then of course we've got office hours. So we'll be back again next week. It won't be on a Saturday, it'll be during the course of the week. And I'll look forward to seeing you then. But for now, enjoy your weekend. Try and look at the Mission Possible. If you can get that done and share that, that would be amazing. And I'll catch up with you, if not live somewhere else, back on office hours in the next one. Okay, thanks everyone. See you later.